Right, let's look at the river again. Today is supposed to be peak flow according to all the numbers we received. But the number seems to be doing funny things. I mean, the speed of the river looks faster than it was yesterday for sure. But just looking at the height here, it doesn't look like it's higher. The highest level is roughly about, this ridge is the highest that the water has been lying. So that ridge, let's just work from there to the 7 meter mark. And the 7 meter mark is on this brick layer here, and I'm just going to measure that. That's roughly about 85-90 centimeters, 900 millimeters. Now let's just check the number. So that gives us at 85 6.2 meters. It's actually not far off from the numbers I have for Uppington. Let's just see. So it's showing today that Prieska and Uppington has dropped below, both of them have dropped below 3000 cubic. So when I initially put these markers up on the wall, it was calibrated roughly to the Prieska measurement. But the riverbed changes, which makes the measurements a little bit fluid. I want to see what this correlates to, so we can keep record of it and know how to judge it. So looking at Prieska yesterday, I need to go further back. Thursday, Groblershoop at 6.1 meter, Prieska at 5.9 meter, Uppington at 6.6 meter. So we get less, I think the river is wider here than at Uppington, so we get less rise for the same volume, and it's probably the same with, I don't know, maybe the same with Prieska. Especially now that the river is fairly clean. So Prieska's highest measurement was 5.9 meter. We're looking here at 6.15 roughly. Just going to go back another day. Prieska highest 5.8, Uppington 6.4. Milo's barking, probably baboons in the area. Going back another day, Prieska 5.6. I do think that our measurements here will correlate to Prieska at a slightly higher reading, higher peak flow reading. So we're about half a meter lower raise from normal level here at 3000 cubic meters per second than Uppington is, and about 200 higher than at Prieska at the same reading. But I think at a higher level, as the river widens out there, yeah, I think it probably will correlate again. We'll have to see when it's higher again. So just quick numbers quickly. Let's see what we have for today. It shows Katlani 2500, Prieska 2300, Uppington today 3000. That doesn't make sense. Blowpitch 2600. That doesn't make sense, but Blowpitch usually is a bit out. So Vaal Dam is at 110%, outflow 142. Bloemhof Dam is at 105%, outflow is 250 cubic meters per second. Gariep Dam is at 100 and, sorry, my nose running. Allergy. Gariep Dam is at 112%, outflow is 1500 cubic. Van der Kloof at 110%, almost 111. Outflow 1700 cubic. So looking at Bloemhof 250 plus 1700, looks like about still 2000 coming out, apart from the Riet, the Modderrivier, the Harts and rivers like that could still contribute more. That means we will have at least another week at around 2000. Before we go, I just want to give you a quick reference of the speed of the flow against the stationary mark. Let's compare to the pipe. That's a really fast flow. Maybe I'll put up the drone quickly and fix on something in the middle of the stream. And then just follow it because I can see the drone speed. I'll get a read back on that. Let's see if we can do that. I forgot to put the SD card back in the drone, so we're not going to get a flight footage, but I am going to check the speed and I'll show that to you. Getting about 3 meters per second there average. Keeping up with something. It's difficult to hold the camera and fly the drone at the exact speed, but you'll see it fluctuate there between about 2.3 and 4. But when I hold it absolutely dead still on the object, I get about 3 meters per second movement. So very difficult to hold it steady while also holding a camera, but 3 meters per second times 3.6 is 9 plus 1.6 is about 10 to 11, just under 11 kilometers per hour, roughly. We previously calculated it between around 12 kilometers an hour on a previous flood, and I did have some numbers of about 16 during the 2011 flood. That was at about 5,000 cubic, about, what is that, 40% more water than is currently flowing. So roughly, let's say roughly about 11 kilometers per hour. Anyway, see you on the next one. Cheers.